Welcome to both of you. Roman, let me just start with you. What is the implications for the companies you follow?
Well, look, I mean, the overhang on the defense group right now is the budgetary debate in Washington and the commitment by the House Republicans to try and enact a deficit-reducing budget. And they have talked about putting defense cuts on the table, and investors have taken note of that. And despite a backdrop that features geopolitical risk around the globe, significant U.S. defense spending over the last 2 years, increasing foreign sales, and increasing aid to Ukraine. The primary concern is how the budget gets resolved for the next fiscal year with all the drama that we're going to see.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that, I guess the focus goes on the Republican side here. What's the mood, do you think? They seem pretty upset about the balloon.
Well, they do. And I think, what this really represents is a longer term challenge, the strategic competition that both Republican and Democrat lawmakers have discussed. You have the House China Commission, which is a strongly bipartisan panel. Most of the legislation about China has been passed via strong bipartisan votes. Defense is one portion of that, but really the sort of growing or continuing China threat has been one of the reasons why the defense budget has grown and will probably continue to do so. I'm not suggesting that the Congress is going to fund billions of dollars of balloon defenses, but I think this just one example.
Apparently, yeah, I was just going to say you just need some missiles in a safe place to shoot it down. Dewardric, Representative Ro Khanna was quite hawkish about the China issue this morning, as is often the case. But what does that tell you as minds are focused here on whether we're banning TikTok or trying to think of some kind of retaliatory action for what we just saw? And how is that likely to affect U.S.-China policy?
Well, Kelly, there's a lot going on here in Washington prior to this balloon surveillance mission, and this will certainly heighten the tension. But, I'm still trying to gather, Kelly, why China would launch a mission like this with so much to lose. They've stepped on their own diplomatic message. Over the last 2 months, Kelly, China's been trying to counter the U.S. narrative, which is that China is an increasingly rogue, increasingly volatile surveillance state. And then they launch this mission. And to your point, right in the middle of a debate about TikTok and outbound investment screening and increasing export controls on high-end chips. So it's very bizarre to me why they would do that. But it also tells us that there is a high tolerance for risk if Xi Jinping approved this mission, if it went up to the Central Military Commission and was approved by him. And that should concern us all, that he was willing to risk it all for a mission that, quite frankly, has negligible intelligence value, given that we were likely able to jam the signal and conduct a counterintelligence mission on the asset.
It's true. And there's now the second balloon over Latin America, kind of same explanation being given by the Chinese. Roman, when you hear what Dewardric just said, again, does it lend to this idea that defense spending won't be affected? I mean, it's a bold statement to make with a new Congress that looks like in some ways they want to pick a fight, but maybe this does change things.
Well, I do have to admit, and I don't want to, I left my tinfoil hat in my other office, but I do have a nagging concern in the pit of my stomach that when the Navy salvage divers bring up all those electronics, that they are, in fact, military intelligence payloads and perhaps not something snooping on greenhouse gases and climate change related stuff. China has said this was a civilian mission. And to the point of concern, why would they launch such a mission when they're trying to change the narrative? It would be a really bad look for us to have shot down something that does not contain intelligence gathering equipment. But to your broader point, I mean, look, this idea of a competition with China, via technology disentanglement or decoupling, is going to be, unfortunately, an issue for a long time to come, and I do think it will be a budget driver in some regards.
Yeah.
And again, it is a bipartisan issue. Lawmakers in both parties voted to increase defense spending. There are, of course, parochial reasons to do that, but just anywhere you spin the globe, the geopolitical environment is not a great place right now.
Yeah.